The first scream came from the colony world of Vera 9, a soundless cry carried through the void by emergency beacon. Torn apart mid-broadcast. The Servok hunters had come. They weren't an empire. They were worse, a civilization built on pursuit, slaughter, and display. They did not conquer. They culled. Worlds were not taken. They were harvested. They arrived in ships shaped like blades, glimmering silver and alive with heat distortion, cutting through the void as though through prey. Their voice came over open channels, translated into every known tongue. "We have found your scent, primates of Earth. You hide behind your treaties and councils, but the stars belong to the predators. We claim this colony in the name of the hunt. Run, if you wish. It makes the blood sweeter." They dropped from orbit in spear formations, their landing craft burning trails across Vera 9's atmosphere. They didn't strike military targets. They hit hospitals, food depots, communication hubs, not to win, to terrify. Thousands fled into the forests and mountains, and the Servok followed, invisible under their cloaks, laughing in their guttural, clicking way. They tagged humans with plasma bolts, not enough to kill outright, just to wound, so the prey would run farther. The colonists' distress calls reached the nearby garrison outpost at Kepler Station, but by the time response ships arrived, Vera 9 was a dead ember. The atmosphere itself shimmered with radiation. The ground littered with the trophies of the hunt: skulls, bones, banners made of human uniforms. The Servok transmitted one final message to Earth before vanishing back into deep space. "We thank your species for the sport. You die well, for cattle." 2. The Feast of Arrogance for the Servok. It was a grand success. Across their dominions, the Feast of the Red Hunt began. Celebrations held under blood-colored skies, trophies displayed before roaring crowds. Human skulls were mounted on spears beside their arenas. Their leaders toasted to the Huntmaster who led the Vera 9 expedition. They laughed at the still images of the colony's last defense: farmers with pulse rifles, children trying to signal with distress flares. In their eyes, humanity was weak, an upstart species that reached the stars too fast, relying on peace treaties and commerce instead of teeth and claws. The Galactic Concord, that loose union of civilized species, sent formal protests to the Servok high clans. They were ignored. The Servok didn't fear retaliation. Humanity was new to the interstellar stage, barely a century beyond their home system, still building fleets, still hesitant to project power. And besides, humans had a reputation for restraint, for mercy. They'd forgiven the Acreal piracy incidents. They'd tolerated the council embargo that strangled their early colonies. They even absorbed attacks from border skirmishes without declaring total war. So the galaxy expected the same again. Outrage, investigations, memorials, and then silence. The Servok laughed the loudest. "They will mourn," said Huntmaster Varkesh, polishing his armor with human blood. "And they will stay quiet. They always do. It is their nature to submit when stronger predators feed." His court of warriors roared their approval, clanging their blades together. They made wagers on which human colony they'd take next. None of them noticed the shift in the dark. None of them saw the stars beginning to in. 3. The silence before the storm. It began. With the silence of Earth, no statements, no diplomatic condemnations, no transmission to the Galactic Council. For 12 full days. Nothing. Then, the trading vessels passing near Sol noticed something strange. The orbital rings around Earth went dark. All civilian traffic was halted. The Terran Navy recalled every ship. Mars, Luna, and Titan sealed their docks. Communications went to blackout. Within a week, every human embassy in the galaxy shuttered its doors. The conquered grew uneasy. They sent envoys. None returned. And then, on the 14th day, an ancient transmission code pulsed through every comm channel known to humankind. 3 words: all hands, Black Fury. Those words had not been used in 2 centuries, not since the Siege of Europa, when humanity first declared a burn order. A sanctioned, unrestricted retaliation. Fleets moved without broadcasts or lights. Whole shipyards lifted from orbit and vanished into the void. Even the mercenaries whispered of it. Massive dreadnoughts emerging from asteroid bases once thought abandoned. Autonomous weapon clouds drifting toward deep space coordinates. The galaxy began to realize something dreadful. Humanity wasn't mourning. They were preparing. The Servok dismissed the rumors. They mocked the panic spreading among neutral worlds. But some of the elder hunters began to feel unease. Their prey was supposed to run, not hide in silence. A whisper spread through the Concord's trade routes. Earth is not quiet. Earth is aiming. The day of fury, the first Servok world to fall was Krathul, the Huntmaster's throne. The attack came without warning. No negotiations, no declaration, just impact. Human stealth cruisers emerged from the void in perfect synchronization, black as the space around them, invisible even to Servok sensors until it was too late. Orbital defense platforms went silent one by one. Ground communications filled with static, then screams. The human fleet's transponders lit the Servok sky, each one broadcasting the same symbol. A blood-red circle bisected by a claw mark. The insignia of Task Force Revenant. From orbit, the bombardment began. Kinetic rods the size of skyscrapers fell from the heavens, glowing like meteors. The shockwaves vaporized cities, cracked continents, boiled oceans. Then came the Black Marines, the 9th Drop Corps. Clad in adaptive armor, each carried exo-weapons designed for anti-predator warfare. They moved like storms, sweeping through jungles and ruins, leaving nothing alive. Their orders were simple: no surrenders, no witnesses. Huntmaster Varkesh tried to flee aboard his flagship Bloodhowl. It didn't make it past orbit. A human dreadnought, the TNS Dauntless, intercepted it. The Servok watched in disbelief as the Dauntless, a ship 3 kilometers long, locked onto the fleeing cruiser and rammed it at light fraction velocity. The impact turned both vessels into a miniature sun. Every Servok channel went dead within minutes. But humanity wasn't done. They moved system by system. No occupation, no conquest, just erasure. Every hunting ground, every breeding moon, every shipyard reduced to glowing slag. The humans didn't speak, didn't broadcast demands, didn't even issue warnings. They came, they struck, they vanished into the dark. The rest of the galaxy watched in horrified silence. Within months, the Servok race, once proud predators of the stars, was gone, not defeated, erased. The echo of retribution. When the last Servok beacon fell silent, a single human ship transmitted a message to the Galactic Concord. It was short, calm, almost cold. "This is the Terran Navy. The matter of Vera 9 is resolved. Let this transmission serve as record. Humanity will not be prey. Any who hunt us, feed us." Then Earth went silent again. Their fleets withdrew to Sol. Their colonies reopened. Their embassies returned. Not a word was said about what had occurred. No official records, no explanations. But rumors spread. Entire star systems seen burning from light years away. Debris fields glowing red under distant suns. Echoes of human ships. Black, silent, immense. Passing through the dark like ghosts. The Concord convened emergency sessions, fearing the humans might turn their wrath outward. But Earth did not advance. They simply watched. When a minor raider clan tried attacking a Terran convoy, the entire clan vanished within 72 hours. Not a single distress signal, only empty coordinates left behind. A saying took root among spacers, whispered in the docking bays and underworld bars. If a human ship locks onto you, you're already dead. You just don't know it yet. Even species that had never crossed humanity began to change their tone. Border patrols gave Terran vessels wide berth. Trade agreements flowed like offerings. The very mention of Vera 9 was avoided, as if the name itself might call down fire. No one ever saw the Dauntless again, but in deep space recordings, sometimes a distortion passed by. A great shadow drifting without lights. Those who studied it claimed to hear faint signals beneath the static. Old, human battle hymns. The lesson of blood years later. On a neutral research station orbiting the ruins of Servok space, a Concord historian found a strange artifact. It was a single Terran beacon, pulsing weakly among the wreckage. He recovered it, decrypted it, and played the last recording stored within. A human voice, calm and clear, filled the chamber. They thought the hunt was glory. They thought blood was power. They never learned that humans don't fear predators. We become them. They wanted our blood. Instead, they fed our fury. "Tell the galaxy, we remember." The historian shut it off and deleted the recording. He didn't want anyone tracing the signal back to him. From that day on, new phrases began to circulate in galactic military academies, whispered among recruits and officers alike. Don't chase the humans. Never hunt what remembers pain. Their patience is long, but their vengeance is eternal. 7. The Quiet Watcher's decades passed. Humanity expanded again, peacefully, diplomatically, rebuilding what had been lost. Their cities thrived, their ships explored, their children were born under new suns. But beyond their borders, others never forgot. The memory of the Black Fury haunted the galaxy. Some doubted it had happened at all. Others believed Earth had unleashed weapons so terrible they'd been hidden afterward, locked away even from themselves. And yet, every so often, when a pirate fleet grew too bold, or a warlord pushed too far, reports surfaced of dark ships without markings appearing in the void. Massive silhouettes that blotted out the stars. No hails, no warnings, only silence. Then light, then nothing, no proof. No survivors, just the lingering echo of that ancient symbol, the red circle and claw. To this day, the Galactic Concord keeps a silent clause in all diplomatic treaties. Non-hostility toward human territories. It's never spoken aloud, but everyone knows why it's there. Because somewhere, deep within the Terran command archives, the Black Fury Protocol still waits, dormant, patient, listening, and should the stars ever again witness a hunt upon humankind, it will awaken. The whispered fear. In the bars of frontier worlds, old spacers still tell the story. They say the Servok believed they were the galaxy's apex predators, until they met something older, colder, and infinitely more dangerous. They say the humans never wanted war, never wanted vengeance, but once provoked, their fury burned brighter than suns. They say somewhere, in the void between galaxies, wreckage still drifts, the bones of a dead species that once thought itself invincible. And when the story ends, the bar always falls silent, because no one dares laugh. Not when they remember the words carved into the ruins of Krathul, the only human message left behind after the storm. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are the children of the hunt. And somewhere, in the cold darkness between the stars, the Terran Navy still waits, quiet, watchful, unblinking, for the next ones who come for their blood.